Just a couple bad weather fans representing New York, talking all things sports. Man, what could go wrong? We got Alex, who's a fan of the Knicks, and Mike of the Nets. The yin-yang of the tri-state, place your bets on the Yankees, Giants, Mets, or Jets. Yeah, you should listen if they're sparking your interest. If you made a vow to your team, don't break it. Bad weather fans is the relation.
That's right. This is Bad Weather Fans, episode number 192. Mike Biseglia, Alex Benesowitz, and we are presented by DraftKings. And we are recording this after the Nets and Knicks opening night losses. And we are here as therapy. And it's just, I'm kind of smiling if you're watching this on YouTube because it's like, we've done this now for 4 years and we've had so many bad losses between the two of us that at this point, it's almost just comical the way things are going, and we have so much to break down. Knicks have a lead in the fourth quarter versus the Celtics, lose a lead and Boston wins. Nets have a lead versus the Cavs in the fourth quarter, blow it, the Cleveland Cavaliers win, and both of our teams are 0-1. We'll get into all of this in just a matter of moments, but before we do that, Alex, how are you? And I know you have a great message from our presenting sponsor in DraftKings where you can have a little fun with these games.
Yeah, man, lost some money tonight. The Knicks on DraftKings. Yeah, I was gonna take the points. The Knicks were getting 4, and I think they lost by 4. So I would have hit that at least.
By the way, Nets, Cavs favored by 1. Nets lost by 1.
Isn't that incredible?
Insane. That's insane.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. That's wild.
I took the Knicks money line, of course, because I could have gotten an extra $30 on my bet. So it was stupid. I could have won my money. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so we are, like Mike said, we are sponsored by DraftKings, and NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is celebrating with an unbeatable offer. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for throwing down $5 on the NBA. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You'll start the season with an instant dub. And with DraftKings parlays, everyone's got a shot at an even bigger basketball win. String together multiple bets from the same game or build your parlay across multiple games for a shot at making your payday even sweeter. Basketball is more fun when you're in on the action. Download this DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BWF for Bad Weather Fans. That's BWF. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code BWF for Bad Weather Fans. That's BWF. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. Damn it, I almost got through the whole read without a mistake.
You did good.
Please play Boot Hill Casino and Resort, KS, in Kansas. Licensee partner, Golden Nugget, Lake Charles, LA, Louisiana. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See sportsbook.com, DraftKings.com/basketball terms for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources.
Alex,
so close, Mike. So close to getting through that without a mistake.
Like both of our fucking basketball teams tonight.
Yeah, I'm close to winning. Yes.
I'm in just such a bad mood from these games. I really am. I had multiple people text me like, but at least the Knicks lost. I'm like, yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
But when you're in the moment of your team having such an atrocious loss, it's difficult. And, you know, it was fun having the season start tonight. I know the Knicks playing at 7, Nets playing at 7:30, although the Knicks probably finished a little bit earlier. And just here we are again, Alex. Bad losses.
2 losses.
You know, Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson didn't really show up. He got a good game from RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley. On the net side, Cam Thomas, electric off the bench, 36 points, an NBA record for points off the bench in a season opener. So that was great. And a lot
Porzingis had a record of the most points for a Celtic in their first game as a Celtic.
There you go.
Porzingis.
That's nice.
That's a long history.
That made you feel good.
Yeah, great.
Well,
great.
I mean,
He had 15 early, and then he disappeared. And oh my God, the broadcast, the Doris Book and Doc Rivers, like they never, like you would have thought Porzingis was Wilt Chamberlain, dude. Like it was like relax, man. Like you never seen this guy play before. So he put up 15 early, and then he disappeared for 2 quarters. Came on strong in the fourth and pulled the Celtics away, but the Knicks lost because they missed 12 free throws. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Brunson and Randle didn't play well, but quickly showed up and showed why you should have paid him, because now his price is going to go up. Yesterday's price is not today's price or tomorrow's price, because he's just going to get better and better. But, props to him for holding out for what he wants. You know what I mean? So it's going to hurt, but end of the day, Knicks and Nets lose. For some reason, the Nets decided to go to Cam Thomas and for that final shot after Donovan Mitchell drains that three, when Cam Johnson fouled, like he flopped or whatever he did, he went flying. I don't know what that was about.
Well, yeah. I mean, the problem is,
but like a clear out ISO, like he's mellow or something, like that was strange.
Well, that's I mean, he had 36. I mean, he was brilliant tonight. I mean, he was amazing. He had 36 points. Here's the problem: they couldn't get into any offensive rhythm. And Jacque Vaughn said in the post game that he tried to call a timeout with like 6 seconds left, which would have been nice. And I like Cam Thomas, and if he's going to give you 36 points on 25 minutes off the bench, I've been screaming for him to start, especially the way Spencer Dinwiddie played tonight. I don't think he wanted to be there. I'm all for it. I have a problem with the Nets in the last 2 minutes, and Ben Simmons is not on the court, and that's a problem. Now, I understand why Jacque Vaughn does not want to play Ben Simmons, because he's terrified of the basket, and he won't go near it, and he can't shoot. The problem then is, I mean this, Dennis Smith Jr. should be in the game. You need somebody that can. Royce O'Neal's playing point guard. They could not get into any offensive sets in any offensive rhythm. And then you have somebody in Cleveland like Donovan Mitchell, who is a star, who can go out and get you buckets. Donovan Mitchell, by the way, for the first 39 minutes, I don't think he wanted to even fucking be there. But he took over when it was late, when it mattered, and it was and he made a difference. The Nets don't. Kevin Durant's not here. Kyrie Irving's not here. James Harden is not here. You can't just expect the Nets to just dribble, 2 seconds on the shot clock, make a shot. They don't have that anymore. So you're up 5 with a minute left, and you have nothing to do offensively. That's what you get. And they deserve the loss for that. This is a moral victory game. They blew it to the Cavs. They should have had it. I want Ben Simmons out there. At least you get some sort of offensive movement in the final possession or in the final rhythm of the game. And I'm not even talking about the last 12 seconds, but in the last 70 seconds. So it's not just dribbling out the clock and then getting bailed out for free throws. So frustrating watching that game, because they had the Cavs. I mean, they played good defense. They outplayed them clearly late in the game. Karis LeVert couldn't make shots. Darius Garland did nothing. Donovan Mitchell was non-existent until the end of the game, where he took over. Jared Allen didn't play, and that was a big difference, because inside they could take advantage of it. And the Nets blew this game. And it's the first game of the season, so I understand how all this works, and there's 81 more games for my misery. But because it's the first one and I had to experience that, where they're up 5 with a minute left, I just want 24 hours of happiness. Is that too much? 24 hours where I can just be like, we're going to play the Mavs. We're going to see Kyrie. Here we go. We're 1-0. Maybe in my delusional brain, we can be 2-0. Now it's like, oh, we're 0-1. We're going to go into Dallas. It's like, fuck. You had the fucking game. Ugh.
Now Kyrie can put you at 0-2. That's going to be rough. But yeah, no, it's similar kind of feeling with the Knicks also. I mean, they were down most of the game, and then came back, hit some threes, and like I was jumping around. I'm like, this is great. Wow, we can win this. And then Randle hits a 3 with 4 minutes and 36 seconds left, and Quickley steals the inbounds pass, kicks it to Grimes in the corner, hits the 3 and the foul. The crowd is going crazy. 4-point play opportunity. I'm jumping around, like screaming, but not screaming because I have a baby. So I'm like jumping around like an idiot, and with no sound.
You'll learn to self-mute yourself, yes.
Yeah, and then pumping the fist, and then the Celtics call timeout. They come back from the break, and Grimes misses the free throw. It could have been a 7-point swing to put you up. Now you could have been up 8 with 4:10 left, but he misses the free throw, and then the Celtics just went on a run after that, and the Knicks missed too many free throws. They had opportunities. Porzingis hit a big 3 with like a minute and a half left, and then RJ came back with a quick 3 to try to tie, and then the Celtics got it and made a basket, and then that was all she wrote. And it was just It was tough, man. It was tough. Randle and Brunson were awful early in this game. And Brunson came on a little bit towards the end. So did Randle. But like the Knicks just look slow. And I've been saying this on Twitter at Knicks Central. You got to start Quickley. He's the better player. He's better than Quentin Grimes. I like Grimes. And you can tell me who's going to be the backup point guard and whatever. Yeah, Deuce McBride sitting there on ice. I mean, you got all these guys out of position anyway. Like you tell me you don't need a backup power forward, but then you're going to tell me that you can't play these guys out of position. You can make it work. Quickley so much better than Grimes. It's not even funny. And I'm so tired of Grimes. Grimes is good. He's okay. He's got the pro body. He can play defense, but they're trying to hope he comes Allen Houston, and that dream is not going to happen. Quickley is a legit pro, and he needs to play and get paid.
I'm so glad you said that because we do a Net Nick podcast, so I'll tie it all together.
Right.
I'm so glad you said that because I think there's this obsession from coaches where we need to have a guy that comes off the bench and gives us minutes and can score baskets because we're going to our second unit, which I respect and understand because you want to have that. But at the same time, look at both of these games tonight, where the Nets are instantly down 14, the Knicks are down 10-11, and they have no juice. And then they bring in their bench guy, their sixth man. Cam Thomas finished with 36 points, but to quickly have, I'm trying to look here the Knicks.
But he got hot early.
24, 20. Immanuel Quickley, I'll tell you right now, he finishes with 24 points. So the net guards that come, the Nick guard that come off the bench, give them a spark and change the game, and that's what's change the viewpoint of these games. So I understand the coaches want to be like, I need a guard that comes off the bench and can score and do all this stuff for the second unit. But if your team is going to be instantly down 10-12, who fucking gives a shit? Get the guy in the game that makes this most sense to win in the moment and then substitute correctly so that you have options. And that just annoys me to no end. Now, if you're the fucking Golden State Warriors, if you're a team that has championship aspirations and you can mix and match these ways, but if you are starting your game, you need to have your best options. Put Dinwiddie to the bench, let him come off it. If Cam Thomas is going to be your lead scorer in this game, I've been clamoring for him to start. And this was the perfect example. And it's very similar to Immanuel Quickley. Get these guys in the game to begin with. Not because you have a guy that you think fits the rotation. We don't have, for me at least, Durant, Kyrie, Harden aren't there. You don't need a guy that can sit in the perimeter and shoot threes. We need scoring. And it makes me very, very, very angry early in this season.
Preaching to the choir, man. And, Thibs, again, it's the opening game. He's feeling things out. DiVincenzo looked okay, but he's paid a lot of money to play like 15 minutes. I mean, it's going to be weird how they're going to do it. And he basically benched Mitchell Robinson for the fourth quarter. Hartenstein was given good minutes, but like Porzingis started taking off in the fourth quarter and Hartenstein's there. And it's just like, why are we not going back to Mitch? I know he was having trouble sticking Porzingis early in the game, but there was 2 quarters where, we didn't do anything. So like, I don't know what's going on there. But it's just it's weird. It's he's gonna get in his modes where he's gonna, we know this story. We saw this season already. You know what I'm saying? Just instead of Obi Toppin, we got Dante DiVincenzo. It's the same fucking team. And it's just it drives me crazy, man. It's gonna be the same thing over and over. You got to start quickly. But like overall, with all of that, if the Knicks hit their free throws, they win this game easy. You can't shoot 50-something% from the free throw line against the Boston Celtics, a team that's loaded, and expect to win a game. You just can't, in the home or not, like you can't. So it's just that's just how it goes. And the Knicks aren't good enough to do that. And, especially with your top 2 stars not playing well, Brunson and Randle, and then you're missing 12 free throws, you're not going to win. It's that simple. Don't blame the refs. Don't do any of that shit.
By the way, you mentioned Obi Toppin. I never tweet about Obi Toppin, but I did for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, and not just trolling, but actually gave an opinion. No, it wasn't.
Well, it wasn't trolling. Oh my God. Did you see what the Pacers did? How many points they scored?
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Okay.
Obi had 11, by the way, if you're looking.
Okay, I didn't notice. I just looked as you were saying that. Okay.
Bruce Brown with 24.
Okay, well, go ahead.
I don't think
won
my tweet was
143 to 120. The Pacers put up 143 on the Wizards.
I don't think my tweet that I had was trolling at all.
No. It was.
Why was it trolling?
Just because people are going to read your tweet as trolling because you're a Nets fan. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes.
90% of the people that saw my tweet don't know I'm a Nets fan.
Maybe. I don't know.
Now I got to pull it up because it bothered.
So Obi Toppin, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, +7 in only 19 minutes. I don't know why he only played 19 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole game, but basically what I said was I was just defending Obi, just saying he never had a fair chance.
Right, which is true.
And then Knick fans were killing me like he's not good. Randle's the guy.
Well, yeah, those are the fights I get into all the time with these idiots.
I couldn't. I was like, I don't disagree. I was just saying you draft somebody with the 8th pick. Right. I think he would play. And then Knick fans were saying, have you watched the games? He doesn't play defense. He should be gone. And we don't need to go into Obi revisionist.
Like history. look at Denny Avdija. Look, Denny Avdija, whatever you pronounce his last name, Denny the Israeli. You know, he was the 9th pick in that draft, and he just got paid, and he got 9.7 rebounds, 5 assists, and he starts. He's got an opportunity. He hasn't been as good as a 9th pick in the draft should be, but guess what? He's playing and he got paid and he's getting a chance to prove himself over a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm not saying any team should compare themselves to the Wizards, but like, I'm just saying like they're trying to like give this guy a chance because he shows flashes. Anyway, fuck them. How about that? Forget the Wizards and the Pacers. Knicks lost, Nets lost. I was watching in and out of the Nets game. Obviously, it was focused on the Knicks, and one part of the game made me crack up with Iron Eagle, guy we had on the podcast. Obviously, you know, guys know him very well. Everybody who's listening, Niang missed a 3. The ball bounces right back to him, and he shoots it again. Misses another 3, and the ball bounces right back to him again. And Iron Eagle goes, "It's like he's at a carnival." And I just lost that laugh for a good 30 seconds. It was like, you know, for a second, it took me a half a second to get the joke. I'm like, what? I was like, oh, that game we shoot at the carnival and the ball rolls back to you. Like, it's just, I lost it. I know. It was like, how did he have that in the chamber? Like, that was just, he must have thought about that one.
No, he definitely did not.
You don't think he's used that before? Like, we should ask him. Have you used that one before?
That was him off the cuff. That was him off the cuff. That was a terrible stretch for the Nets defensive rebounding. Mm-hmm. Nets give like 37 points.
It bounced like twice, both times. We're back to him at the 3-point line. Nobody's even trying for the rebound.
Just so frustrating because here we are again. This is the 4th season that we've done together. You know, the first year we did together was the COVID year. The second year we did together was
the half COVID year, coming out of COVID, not the bubble. Well, we sort of we were doing it during the bubble, but like it wasn't like, you know, whatever. It was a bubble. Yeah, the Knicks weren't playing. It was kind of like it was a fake Nets with Jamal Crawford.
It was the first Nets year with Kyrie.
Yes, 2020 to 21. Yeah.
Then the second year we did the podcast was the year the Knicks played the Hawks. The Nets got to the second round versus the Bucks.
That was our first
third year.
Season. Yes.
The third year we did the podcast. Jesus, is it the 5th season then of this? Did I miscalculate?
Maybe.
No, 4th. Because then the third year we did it was last year with Nets, Sixers, and then Knicks falling in the second round. Maybe it is the 5th. I'm just
whatever.
I'm in a bad mood. I can't believe how bad of a mood I am after one loss. I really can't. You're doing better about this loss. It bothered me.
I was mad. I've had a good like hour and a half now to calm down a little bit. So I was mad. And plus, it wasn't like they lost at the buzzer, like the Nets lost at the buzzer. Like they lost, but I had like a minute or 30 seconds of the game to know this was over. Like, you know, I was like, oh man, they fucking lost. You know what I mean? The moment RJ missed that 3 and then the Celtics scored, you kind of clicked. You're like, all right, this is not happening. You know, unless we get a miracle here, it's over. So it was a little bit of easier landing spot, even though they should have won, and I was mad. But like for you, it's like when Donovan Mitchell hits that 3, he probably threw something. You're like, oh fuck! And when he's standing there, he's like, wow, why am I so open? Like, you know, look around, he's like, wait, I'm gonna shoot this shit. He's like, he didn't even want to shoot it. He's like, all right, whatever. You guys want to let me shoot? I'll take it.
I texted this to you. Just get Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks, so the Nets can beat the Cavs. Just get it over with.
You said this before the show. Also, the Cavs are a joke, man. The Cavs are like they're such a beatable team. They're such a beatable team. Yeah, they're gonna win. They're gonna win a lot of regular season games again because they're gonna be bad teams.
But you can see the flaw in them. Jared Allen did not play, which does make a difference on the inside because the Nets. I'll be curious. I'll look it up in a second because I want to see the rebounding. But Darius Garland is your number 2. And then Evan Mobley has not developed enough yet like Jared Allen, Nick Claxton outplayed him in a lot of ways, but Nick Claxton's not the fourth pick, third pick in the draft, and they just, I don't know, something about them wouldn't scare me in a playoff series. Like if I knew the Nets were playing the Cavs in the playoffs, I don't think the Nets would win. They probably lose in 4 because that's what they do. But there's something that's not scary about them. I don't know how to explain it. Max Strus he had 23 points or 27 points. He was big. He helped them out a lot. He was a nice addition. But they don't have they're missing something. I can't put my finger on it, but they're missing something to be a contender. They're not as good. I could see why the Knicks could beat them in 5. They just, or 6 or whatever, 5.
5, yeah.
They just,
you know what it is? Mobley never took that step. Mobley never took that. They expected Mobley to take it because he had a great rookie year for a rookie, a great year for a rookie, and then he just never took a step. And then Jared Allen used to was feels like he was better. I mean, he's good still, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know what's missing there, but whatever. But
yeah. Mobley tonight, 10.6 rebounds, 5 of 11. Like, okay.
Yeah, anybody, there's a million guys who can do that for you in the NBA.
Okay.
And I won't say anybody because I can't do it, but a million, there's 100 players in the NBA that can give you that stat line. Yeah, but nothing special about that.
So for Ben Simmons tonight, 4 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. He played 22 minutes. So in 22 minutes, he has 10 rebounds, 9 assists. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
You gotta reel him, ramp him up slow but steady, get his confidence up, man. He's gonna,
but he is terrified to go to the basket.
He's always been. That's who he is.
He's okay with these like weird flip shots. There was one play in particular where Max Strus is guarding him and he's in the post and he's backing him down. And I'm like, he can't physically stop you.
Right.
If you back him down, you can turn around and have a layup, and it's yours.
Or get a foul, pump fake, do whatever you got. He
can't. It's just, we've all been there as basketball fans. I know Cooney's has talked about this a lot. He's backing somebody down like an 8-year-old. You just turn to the rim and it's there. But he had some weird flip shot, and I'm like, what is that?
That's
so for as good as Ben is with getting people open threes, and he got open shots for people. He's great in transition. He can do all this stuff. He can't do the other intangible part of, I don't know, scoring or trying, and it's a big problem. And that's why Vaughn won't play him. And you saw how that really did hurt the Nets late, Alex. When you have no point guard to get the offense moving, especially with 90 seconds left and you're up 5, and you can't get any type of offense. And Donovan Mitchell's like, fuck it, I'm gonna play Mikal Bridges because he's my BFF, and be all over him. No fouls, whatever. You can see the difference there. And I started this pod with it, and I'll kind of in the middle of it say they've got to get comfortable with Ben Simmons playing in uncomfortable minutes, because they need somebody that can dribble a basketball. If not, then Dennis Smith Jr.'s got to get minutes. Something's got to change.
Well,
I was very angry about that.
Sumner back up. He got released, the other day.
They're fine.
I'm kidding.
They're fine.
But Dennis Smith Jr. is fine. Yeah. He really turned his career around.
He was great, Alex.
He's good now. Yeah. But it was funny. I was laughing when you said that about Ben Simmons backing down the smaller players. And it's like Randle Randle gets the ball and he sees Drew Holiday's on him. And instead of going in and just like playing his game, he just puts his shoulder down like a bull in a china shop. And it's like bully ball. And Doc Rivers is like, see, he's the bigger guy. Bully ball. I'm like, just back him down and turn around and shoot, man. Like, you don't have to do all this crazy shit. This is like not the 90s anymore, man. Just fucking play. Play and do it.
I love the I'm not sure if you saw this, but when I was watching before the Knicks game, and they had Doc and Mike Breen and Doris, and they were introducing them, and they were talking to Doc, and they were talking about the Celtics. What do you think of the Celtics this year? And he was like, well, obviously I think they're good, because if they didn't beat my team, I wouldn't be fired. And it was just like so obviously orchestrated, like, Oh, ha
yeah.
ha ha. I was like, oh my
Uh,
God. Really, Doc?
they were awful,
Come
dude.
on.
Awful. You want to hey, let's do the read and then we can talk about the announcers after. You want to do the read now or you want me to do it?
It's up to you. You want me to do it? Do you have
I can
faith
do it.
that I no? All right, go
I
for
have
it.
it up.
All right.
We'll get into the announcers and some poll questions and stuff after. But NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is celebrating with an unbeatable offer. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for throwing down $5 on the NBA. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You'll start the season with an instant dub. And with DraftKings parlays, everyone's got a shot at even bigger basketball wins. String together multiple bets from the same game or build your parlay across multiple games for a shot at making your parlay even sweeter. Basketball is more fun when you're in the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BWF for bad weather fans. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code BWF for bad weather fans. That's BWF. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. Licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball. Terms for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gambling resources. Gaming resources. Damn, I was so close, man. Right to the end, and I blew it. See, man, I had it. So anyway, new ESPN broadcast team. Used to be Mike Breen, Jeff Van Gundy, and Mark Jackson. Everybody loved it. I literally did not meet one person that disliked them. Some people make fun of Mark Jackson, hand down, man down. Like that makes no sense. Or, with all due respect, some of his quirks were a little weird, but like overall, the three of them, bounced off each other really well. And I didn't know anybody that hated them. Some people thought Van Gundy was a little too quirky. But everybody loves Breen. They fire Van Gundy and Mark Jackson, and they bring in Doris Burke and Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers used to be a broadcaster here and there, so he's done it before, but jumping him up and Doris Burke to the number one team was like bizarre. And I got to be honest, tonight, I couldn't stand them. And it wasn't from the point of like, maybe I'll get used to them, but I never liked Doris Burke. I think she's like too much of a know-it-all, and she loves Porzingis, like obsessed with this guy. And this has happened so many times in previous games, like Knicks Mavs, or watching her do playoff games with Porzingis and stuff like that. It's something like she loves him. I'm just like, dude, this guy's not that great. But whatever. And Doc Rivers, he needs to clear his throat and whatever. But like I just they're not funny, they're not fun. It's just gonna be like, this team's not gonna last. I hope it doesn't get Mike Breen off the NBA top team. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I do think I didn't hear the whole game, so I can't give kind of a dialogue on how I felt about it, because that would be right. I do think as your first broadcast, I'm sure it's not the same chemistry as those other three that have been doing it for how many years, when they know their inside and outs, and you can make fun of the other person and do it appropriately where the other person knows, right? So I understand that. I also think it's just ESPN cutbacks. So I'm sure whatever they did, they got a discount on it, and that's just the way they're going. But I don't know. I get.
You could have put somebody else with Breen, though. You know what I mean? That would be fun. I don't know. I just feel like maybe Richard Jefferson, like that would be fun. Breen and Richard. I know he's with Rucco. I guess that's his guy, or whoever else. I don't know. I just feel like it could have been somebody better, to go with Breen. Just my thoughts.
By the way,
yes,
Nets getting Vince Carter back. It's kind of
on
cool.
Yes Network. Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
cool.
like that.
They're finally embracing New Jersey. It's about time. You know what I mean? I know it's been a couple of years they've been doing it, but they wanted to act like they didn't exist for a long time, like they were an expansion franchise in Brooklyn, and they have a nice history in Jersey. Might as well embrace it.
Thank you, Alex. They do have a nice history.
They do. I'm not lying. I mean, I'm not going to make it up. Kenny Anderson, Derek Coleman, Drazen Petrovic,
they have that,
Bernard King, Buck Williams, you know what I mean? Like, they got some players, man. I mean, they weren't successful.
They went to two back-to-back NBA finals.
Right. And that team everybody knows. I'm just saying, even before that, everybody knows Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson, and Kenyon Martin and those guys, but
so fun. Yeah, it's
at the Izod. Or the Brendan
Continental
Byrne
Airlines.
Arena.
My home, man.
Brendan Byrne.
I do want to. I got a text from Evan Roberts, who's a good Net fan.
Is
And he said, yes. He said, I heard the post game. There are a few things I'm sort of annoyed about. And Evan, I'm sorry if I'm reading your text, but I think it's interesting. There's a few things I'm annoyed about. Number one, if you want to call a timeout, make sure that the timeout is heard, which is fair. Scream it. Number two, which is a good point. Cam Thomas came in and out of the game like a million times at the end because they're doing offense, defense.
Oh.
And I said this to him earlier, was like, there was 108 combinations at the end of the game, so it was hard to get a rhythm. Now, I understand it's the first game of the year, so you're trying to figure out what you're going to do, but it was excessive. It was like every 5 seconds, somebody was coming in, somebody was coming out. It was enough already. It was overcoaching. I was like, I lost track. I was like, is Dorian Finney-Smith in this game? Is Cam Johnson in this game? Is Nick I was like, I don't know what's going on. I do think some continuity of like the same lineups in for more than 12 seconds, you can figure it out. But the Nets couldn't. So, fuck.
Yeah, I'm not upset that they lost. I'll tell you that. But
were you rooting for the Cavs still?
I was, yes.
I don't know. I don't know if you get, because the Nets are irrelevant now.
I don't have the passion that I did when Durant and Kyrie were there, but I definitely am still rooting against the Nets.
Okay.
So, put it that way.
Donovan Mitchell, get him to the Nets.
You mean, the Nets?
This could happen.
Yeah. It could. I mean, it's crazy, and it hurts my soul because the Knicks should have gotten Donovan Mitchell, and I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but now they're like, if you look at this team, even if they traded, Quickley or RJ or Obi or who's gone now for a bag of chips, and like all these guys that they didn't want to trade, or Grimes. You could have kept some of the other guys and figured it the fuck out, because now you have like the Knicks are like this team that's very good, and all they need is that alpha. Like Brunson is a really good tier 2 star, and Randle's a joke, but Brunson's a really good tier 2 star. But like, and then you got the defensive center, you got some other guys and some players off the bench. You got Thibs is an okay coach. I'm not a fan of his, but like you can if you got a star, I mean you could win with him, and it's just like, you need that guy, and it's going to be so frustrating because soon Brunson's going to need to get a max. Soon Randle's going to have to get a decision on what he's going to do next. You can't have these guys on discount deals forever, and that's why Quickley's like, yo, fuck you, man. You better give me my money. You know what I mean? You're going to keep me on the bench, and you're going to pay me less, and you're going to ruin my career like my boy Obi? Fuck that. And that's why he's like, I'm out, no. And that's why he didn't take more, and the Knicks messed up not paying him, because he's just going to have another great year, and he just keeps getting better. And, now we're just stuck in this abyss, mid-level, whatever the fuck. And it's just like, better hope a star shakes loose, like, all right, well, when is that going to happen? Because it happened already. And how often does it happen when the guy actually wants to come to your team? Remember Donovan Mitchell was doing the tour of New York City. He was at the Brooklyn Cyclones game. He was at a Mets game. He was at Empire State Building. He was in the Seaport. He was like everywhere. It's like, it became a joke.
You made me laugh. When you were just the way you
the Randle thing, yeah,
you were just saying Randle's a joke, just
because he is. Look at him. I mean, he's gonna stat pad a couple games where some bad teams. Your
fan base loves him.
Some people they just agree with everything. It just doesn't make any sense. Last offseason, it was like, we can't trade Obi and Quickley to get Donovan Mitchell and some young players and some picks. But then this offseason, they're defending the team for trading Obi for nothing and for not paying Immanuel Quickley. It's like, make up your fucking mind. Like, you just like twist yourself into a pretzel defending the organization. Just have a fucking original opinion for once. It's just going to get me angry. You're going to get me going now. And I don't want to get going right now. It's too late. But it's like, it's just stupid, inconsistent. Like, you don't have to defend everything. Okay, that's all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I understand.
Sorry,
that's cool. I like it getting upset.
But I'm not sorry.
I had something I wanted to say to that. Now
you want to do your poll question?
No, because my dad texted me something.
Oh, threw you off.
Yeah, it threw me off. What was it about?
Well, hi, Mr. Biseglia.
You can say Rick.
Rick. I didn't know his name. I didn't know his name. I never met him. Well, hi, Rick.
You met him.
Did I?
At my bar mitzvah.
At your bar mitzvah.
I
haven't known you that long.
Yeah. I can get the poll question. Hang tight.
So we both did a poll question this week. I'll do mine. I have mine up. So Knicks fans, do you like that fans dance in the streets after regular season wins? Yes, I love it. Or not anymore. It got corny. What do you think won, Mike?
Not anymore.
It's close though. Not anymore. It got corny. 52.7% to 47.3% that they love it. Couple shout outs. We got our boy Mr. Fresh Beard at Tron7480. Unfortunately, it shows how low the bar is set for some people. I hate it. Our guys over at the New York Knicks podcast at NY Knicks podcast. It's literally just trying to get likes on social media. No one is that excited overall going 1-0. Because remember with the Celtics game a couple years ago when they did that.
Yeah.
One more. Our buddy at Michael at Mike BDAGR8. Let's win some really meaningful games before we have mini parades. Just my opinion, respectfully. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. There was one more I wanted to read that was actually kind of funny. Scooter at Scooter NY16. I would like an option C. It is what it is. Let people have fun the way they want to. Kind of corny now, absolutely, but let people enjoy themselves. So I love how they spin it into that I'm the anti-fun guy when I just think that you guys look fucking stupid dancing in the street. It's a big playoff win. Okay, you beat the Hawks, your first playoff win in a million years. Fine, dance in the streets. But like, it just became like, where's the cameras? Everybody's outside. Let's, Triple M had the first Organic One video, and the rest has just been stupid.
Yeah, that's kind of like, am I going to have sex tonight? No, you're not. All right, I'll jerk off. Okay. Still there.
I'm not touching that joke. I had a joke. I'm not touching. I'm not saying it. But
that's something okay. I'm going to be editing in 25 minutes.
No, not at all. Not at all. No, I didn't say it. I mean, your thing was fine. What I was going to say was going to be something you need to.
My poll question that's not it. Will Ben Simmons get back to Philly Ben Simmons this season? Yes, no, but close to it.
I think the last one won it.
This was a very close poll. In third place, no, but close to it, 29%. In second place, yes, 35%. No, 36%. So pretty even.
Pretty close.
Like,
but people
really
aren't confident in Ben. Yeah, they're not. They got to see it.
And to answer the question is, he can distribute the ball. He's just too scared to go to the basket. And that's a problem.
It's been him.
10 assists in 20 minutes, 9 rebounds. He's impacted the game.
And that's what you got to hope for. You got to keep the bar low because like we talked about this in the offseason. If you get like 10, 5, and 5 from him, at least you're getting something and not 0.
Yeah, no, he's he's sort of like in this weird he's in this like between phase of he's not a star, he's not a joke. He's somewhere in between and he's got to just move up. But he's good enough where he's going to get minutes. But Vaughn doesn't trust him. And again,
I don't blame him.
Had no sort of continuity at the end of the game, and it cost him. 2 shout outs at Brooklyn Nets 85. No, but he'll be a pretty good player that's way better than last year. Fair. And then GOG Nets at NetJet 687476 because at Ness Jet 687475 was taken. Ben 10 gets a triple double tonight. Well, close-ish.
He was close, actually. So real quick before we end, Jets and Giants this weekend. Giants are getting 3 points. What do you think?
Jets a win.
Jets a win. The cover.
I don't trust the Giants. But it's funny because Giants defense has started to play much better last 2 games.
Yeah.
Lost to the Bills. They fucking blew it. They pulled a Knicks basically versus the Celtics. Should have won the game.
Right.
Versus the Commanders.
They wanted to lose that game. They tried to lose that game.
They had every opportunity to win that game by 3 touchdowns. But they held on. They won. They got the W.
Yeah.
So you feel good about that. The Jets coming off a great win at home versus the Eagles. The thing about that win versus the Eagles, let's play revisionist history. And that the Eagles head coach decides not to throw the ball on 3rd down and whatever.
Right.
And they run the ball and they say, okay, Zach Wilson, lead a drive with 2 minutes left to beat the Eagles. Fuck no, he's going to do it. And then the Jets lose, right? So let's say if that coaching decision is made, the Jets now are 2-4. The Giants are 2-5 coming off a win. There are going to be people that are like, the Giants are going to win this game. The Jets and Zach Wilson, this, that. But because the Eagles head coach was a fucking moron and decided to throw the ball on third down. The Jets get the win because of their elite
They got
defense.
the pick. Yeah.
They get the pick. They get the win. So now going into this game, there is no conversation about Zach Wilson and how bad he is. And he's getting away with one. So the part of me that's like, the Giants have a chance is Zach Wilson has been not talked about for 3 weeks at all from people. He sucks.
Yes.
The Giants have a chance to pick him apart. But the Giants at the same time suck on offense and have no reason to believe that they can be any good offensively. This game is going to be disgusting. Like, to me, this game is going to be
9-6.
10. Like, this game is going to be disgusting, and it's going to be who doesn't fuck up. And I'll say this right now. I rather Tyrod Taylor play than Daniel Jones. I feel more comfortable and safe. Is the ceiling as high with Taylor? Absolutely not. Daniel Jones has the ability to make this offense much better than Taylor does. But I feel more safe with Taylor that at least he can kind of get the ball down the field. They can move it around. I rather Taylor play. I would take that option of the two, which you could have a conversation about as a major problem with the organization. Sure. But for this game in particular, I would take Taylor over Jones. I think, to me, the Jets win an ugly looking game, 14-10, a pick 6 from the Jets. They win in special teams because the Giants can't.
Breece Hall 70-yard run, something like that.
Something like that with a big player too. 17-10. I think it's close, but I think the Jets win slightly.
That's fair. And also about that game with the Eagles was Garrett Wilson was banged up. I don't think he was even in the game at that point. He got hurt himself. So like even so, like Zach Wilson with no Garrett Wilson, how is he going to get down the field unless Breece Hall breaks one? It was mind boggling. But you know what? Coaches fuck up too. And he just, Sirianni just got cocky and,
got cocky. But he's always been cocky.
Right. That's who he is. He's looking at the camera and cursing, on the field. Like, he's a coach, and it's hilarious for me because I don't care. I don't hate the Eagles, like whatever. But I hate Philly. But like, I don't have this passionately hate for the Eagles as I do for the Phillies, But what was I going to say?
Go for that.
Yeah. It was weird. But you know what? The bye was big for the Jets because Garrett Wilson got healthy, and we were hoping that DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner would come back, but apparently they still have concussion protocols, which is crazy. And hope they get better. But they're out the top 2 corners. He survived against the Eagles, which is nuts. So like you would think that they can survive against Tyrod Taylor or Daniel Jones. So we'll see.
I'm happy the Jets had the bye. Now I understand from the getting healthy perspective, but the Jets are finally playing well. They've got a win in Denver. Yeah. Now they're 2-3. They get the win at home versus the Eagles. Now they're 3-3. I understand the getting healthy concept, but if your team is rolling in football, I want them to have a break. I don't want them to keep that momentum rolling. The Giants have momentum. Now it's one win, but it's still momentum. I'd rather take that than the bye week perspective. That gives me more hope as a Giants fan versus this. And I don't hate the Jet fan like I hate the Knicks fan. I don't hate the Knicks fans. I've actually grown to like more Knicks fans. There's a lot of good people out there that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely this has definitely felt more of a Giant Jet rivalry than it has in the past. And I'd like to see the Jet fans suffer a little bit, but it's not even close to, the Knicks exaggeration.
It just sucks overall. Jet season's it's such a cock tease this whole season because no Aaron Rodgers, because you keep thinking this. You got to move on, and I'm the first to say forget he doesn't exist. But he's on TV every week and he's making news, and it's just like, oh, just go away. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just go away. And because it's just a constant reminder. He's on the field throwing the passes before the game, and I'm just like, holy shit. But it's just like, oh, dude, you're not gonna play, man. Like, and if you do and you get hurt, then you fuck everything up. Like, just go away. Like, and it's just I don't know. And it sucks because like you didn't have a great back. I mean, we're gonna repeat ourselves. They don't have a good backup, and now you're wasting another season, and everybody's gonna punt on the year and whatever. But the Jets definitely can win this game against the Giants, and maybe even I'm sure it's gonna be close and it's gonna be low scoring, like you said. I really think so, but I think there's also an avenue where the Jets can win like 27-3 or something. You know what I mean? Like, and really just like get a couple scores and the defense just shuts them down, and the Giants are a mess. You know what I'm saying? So because Saquon will break one, but he's just not that great. You know what I mean? Like people like, oh, it's not Saquon Barkley. Like, Barkley's not that good. Like, I mean, he makes some good plays but he fumbles in big spots and he gets injured a lot, and it's just like, well, all right,
yeah, he gets injured a lot, definitely, but the Giants' offense is different with him there.
Oh yeah,
they're very different. I mean,
he's really good. He's best player on the offense.
And,
yeah, for sure.
It's not a coincidence that all of a sudden the Giants are competitive in games that he's back.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy game disaster. They look like dog shit. The Arizona Cardinal game, he comes back, they win. Then he's out for the 49er game, they lose. Dolphin game, they lose. Now he's back in the Bill game, they blow it. He's back in the last game they played, and they win.
They should have blown it. Yeah. Well, they should have blown
Washington.
I mean, they won. They won. But like
him in the game makes a difference. It really
he did
does.
fumble though and almost blew the game at the end of the game when he got stripped inside the 10. Like, come on, man.
You look at the games when he's there and he's not there, and you look at the difference in the way the Giant team is.
But this is why they didn't pay him, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's going to get to that point. That's a different conversation, I guess you're going to say. Yeah,
sure. But it makes a difference, It makes a difference. I can't understand in my head how any Jet fan could be cocky about playing the Giants.
I'm not cocky. I'm not cocky about anything. I'm not cocky about playing anyone. Yeah.
Or Giant fan the other way, being like, oh, to me,
no,
I would be like,
I'm not cocky. As a Jets fan, I am not cocky. With Zach Wilson, you can never be cocky. I'll just put it that way. That's just as simple as that. I can't ever be cocky, especially with Sauce Gardner hurt and Garrett Wilson banged up and DJ Reed not playing and Rob Saleh as the coach. I'm never cocky. No, if Aaron Rodgers was playing and the Jets were 6-1, I mean, then or 5-1. I'm sorry, I can't do math. Then I would be very cocky.
I mean, I'd be
exactly
192,
and that'd be all.
Nets lose at a heartbreaker.
And you liked my math, actually, with my Evan Fournier tweet, right?
You never responded to my. You saw that? I
saw it, but I forgot about it because you responded to somebody else's quote tweet, not to me.
I don't know how to. I don't.
You're like an old man on Twitter sometimes. You respond to the wrong tweets.
I am 40, so yes, I am an old man. Although I look like I'm 39.
I'm not that much younger than you, though. I'm a year and a half younger 32? Than you. Right? What? You're 32. I'm gonna be 39 in 2 weeks. Actually, it's craziness. So anyway, I did the Evan Fournier tweet. I thought you froze. I was like,
no. I purposely didn't say anything. I was like, let's see what this asshole's gonna say.
So yeah, no, my Evan Fournier tweet. So Evan Fournier gets paid $229,965.17 to watch the Knicks in the front row tonight. Every game, I'm going to post that. Evan Fournier is getting over $200,000 to sit down and watch the Knicks. That is the dream job of all dream jobs.
I actually said to my wife the other day, I was like, man, you know what my dream job would be? To sit on the bench and watch the Nets get paid. I'd be so good at that. She didn't.
You already do that.
She didn't respond. I don't think she was just like, well, I don't know.
I think you would, as much as you hate the Knicks, I think you would take $200,000 a game to watch the Knicks front row for 82 games.
Well, yes, that I would do. I could hate watch them for $200,000 a year.
For a year. Let's do that for a year and then just like, all right.
Let's go to Celebrity Row. There's Ben Stiller. Oh wow, his chiseled jaw, but now he's got gray hair. Let's now go. There's Tracy Morgan. He's looking good looking at the Knicks. Oh, there's Patrick McEnroe. Oh, he's good. Oh, there's that dipshit Mike Biseglia who was wearing a shirt that says
next to Fat Joe.
Loud. Yeah. Next to Fat Joe. What's love got to do with it?
I'm looking for this text that you sent me the other day.
Oh no.
It was so funny. And I can't find it.
About what? The Garden?
No. Fuck.
What's the context? Maybe I'll remember.
No, because I want to say it. So say something.
No.
We text too much. It's crazy. We were texting each other today, and we were like finishing each other's sentences.
But I was doing that on texting. Alex, finish. I gotta pee so badly.
So you
This is my
said to me
mistakes.
out of nowhere that you're like, oh, I met this guy, really nice guy at my son's soccer,
Oh yes.
and
Okay.
I was gonna talk to him, but then he had a Knicks hat on, so fuck him.
No,
Something
that
like
was swimming.
oh, swimming. Okay.
Well, yeah. My son does swimming at 6 o'clock on Mondays.
Yes.
Shout out to the swim school.
Shout out
And
swim school. Yes.
I go, but my wife doesn't because we've got my daughter at home who's 8 months, and it's just too much for all of us to go. Whatever. So we split it up.
Right.
And there's like this couple here, and I'm just like, they look like nice people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say shit because I'm not that kind of guy. I'm scared to talk to people.
Story you want made me yawn. Yeah.
Fair enough. And I was like, but maybe at one point, like I could see, like I was like fantasize, not fantasy, that's the wrong word, but you could see like yourself as couple friends, you know what I'm saying?
Envisioning. You were envisioning. Yes.
Right.
You
But
were
I'm
foreshadowing.
yes. Like if people don't know me out of this podcast, I'm not great socially. I'm not.
When you don't know somebody, you're
I'm
good
not,
when
I'm
you
not,
know somebody.
It's not
Yeah.
my strength of being like,
Yeah.
oh, so what do you do? Oh, that's nice. Where are you from? Oh, I went there. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's so nice.
I
Oh, what is it
fucking
like
hate that
doing that?
too,
I'm not very good at small talk. It's just not a strength of mine.
Mhm.
I'll just sit there and watch my wife talk to somebody, then be like, oh, no, okay, fine. I'm not
You
good.
like sports.
Right.
You're like,
Okay, yeah, no, it's funny. Okay,
yeah, oh, how
so
about those Mets? Yeah.
it's
I know,
not a
yeah.
strength, but
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like, okay, maybe one day. And then this asshole comes in to swim, and he's wearing this fucking Knicks hat, and I'm like, fuck that. Fantasy
Got enough
over.
Knicks fans in your life. Yeah. That's it.
I was just
Nothing in common. Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm looking at him and going, he's gonna sit down at the end of his day and watch Immanuel Quickley. He's gonna sit down at the end of his day and be like, "Oh, how did that's a terrible call, fat ref." And then I was just like, "No, don't want to talk to him. Done." I don't know that was fine. I mean it. Just didn't
Yeah.
want the interest. So
I believe you. But you could have been a listener of the podcast. You cost us a download.
he
One
might
download
listen.
cost
He might
us-
listen and go.
maybe he does.
If he comes up to me on Monday and he goes, "Hey, I listened to your podcast."
So
That
thanks
would
a
be
lot,
cool.
asshole. And then he punches you in the face for calling him out on.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
And then we're kicked out of swimming, and then I come home and Jess is like, "Why are we kicked out of swimming?" Well, it's a funny story. Let me tell you how.
Ryan wanted a cake pop, and then
Although I did tell Jess about it. I was like, I just want you to
Yeah.
know, I saw this guy and he had a Nick hat, and she looked at me. She's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" She said something else, but I'm not
like,
going to.
why did I marry you? Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're
Anyway,
here.
Now we're here.
All right, Alex. Good podcast.
Yes, thank you.
That sucked.
Yes, that suck. Knicks suck. That's it. Season's over.
I
See you
forgot
next
to hit
year.
record. Episode 192. See you later. All right.
Peace.
Have a good night. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
Oh, God. What are we doing?